Then I wondered, why did I do that? Hi everyone, I'm Mike and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're gonna get a chance to waterproof the Gonex tent. I've got some ideas of how I'm gonna do it. I'm sure a lot of people do things a lot of different ways. I'm gonna use the product that I use on a lot of my stuff. If that video is not up yet, believe me, it's gonna come up later. It's a product I love. I've used it on several things. I'm not gonna go into it. It'd be a lot on that video, but I'm gonna use that method on the Gonex tent. You know, I really love this tent. I love everything about it. If Gonex would step it up and treat their material like I'm going to, this could be a game changer, especially for its cost and the versatility this tent offers. I really like this Teepee tent. So without further ado, let's get this thing done. She's all set up and ready to go. The only thing I didn't do last time was take my guy lines off. I'm gonna take them off real quick. And of course, I always had to make it fun. I pitched the tent in a spot where, of course, it's a great spot to film, but it's a little rocky and the ground was a little hard to get through. I had to get a stick because I didn't bring a axe or hatchet or anything like that where I could use the back to hammer the pegs in. I thought the ground would be soft. We had rain like 2 days ago. C'est la vie. So let me get these guy lines off and then we'll start spraying. Now what I was laughing about also, besides the rock thing, is I left the guidelines on, but then I wondered, why did I do that? The last time I used this tent was when I tested it in that storm. So that's why it was all guidelined out. And they're off now. I really like this tent now, and I put it back up and got to crawl inside of it again, see how much room it has. But I'm gonna show you the product I use. Now I use Kiwi's Camp Dry. This product has worked great for me on all the products and stuff I use it on. I've been using it for a long time, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do on the tent. I'm going to first hit the seams. I'm going to hit every seam on that tent I can, as heavy as I can. I'm going to keep hitting the seams. Then to go around and spray the entire tent with this product. I actually have 2 cans of it. It's not very expensive. If I use it all up, I don't care. I want to save the tent and use it in future videos. And I also want to be able to be safe with it if I go out and I have a storm come upon me and that thing doesn't leak and drench water on me like it did before. Will it work? I'm willing to give it the chance to see if it works. I'm hoping it works. If not, I'll definitely go get myself another teepee tent, but I will treat it. Then after I treat it, I will test it before I take it out, and I'll show you the video of the test afterwards. But one thing we have to realize about this, when I treat this tent, I'm basically sealing it and I'm encapsulating it. It's going to really affect how breathable this tent is. So what I would recommend if you use this tent in the future is make sure you've got a lot of airflow underneath of it. Maybe open the vent where you put the stack up through if you're going to make it a hot tent, or maybe cracking open the doors a little bit near the top, because you're going to need more airflow once you seal it. Now you do have a lot of airflow on those little gaps, and if I pulled this tent really taut, I would have a lot more room on there, but I didn't for this video. And basically it's a nice breezy cool day is what I really wanted to do this tent in. Not a hot scorcher, but it's just a nice mild, hey, I got my beanie on. It's probably about 52 degrees, fall's coming, so I thought this would be the perfect time, but I wanted a little bit of wind to dry it. You could lay the tent out and spray it while it's down. You know, everybody has their preferences, but I wanted to do it this way because everything can drain down, run down. I can see what's been treated, and this way I want it dry before I pack it back up. You know, if I lay it down flat, it's gonna take longer to dry, and I don't wanna seal, pack that back up and have any wet pockets in there. First thing, I'm gonna shake this can up, get that fluid in there, rolling and ready to go. Whew, I'm getting a little warm in my fleece gear, but fall's here, man. I'm happy just walking back here, seeing these leaves turning. Yep. Getting beautiful. It's getting that time of year. So now the can's all shaken up well. It's got a regular spray nozzle. Put that down by all my guy lines I got there. So come along with me. I'm gonna go all the way around, spray the seams first. Then I'm gonna start spraying the panels, and I'll be back with you. Well, I'll be talking the whole time, but you're gonna see what I'm gonna do up close. The wind's blowing this direction, where my thumb's pointing directly at me. So I'm gonna do the seams first, and I'm gonna do them kind of heavy, but I'm gonna stay a little close. This stuff has a gloss finish, but if you do this, if you use this method, I mean, I know there's other methods, and please, anyone out there, if you've got different methods of treating tents or waterproofing, put it down in the comments. I want not only me, but I want everybody else to learn from this. You know, the world's full of, all of us have a little bit of information, and we don't have the whole picture. So let's share it. All right, so this is what I'm doing. I'm going down every seam. And what I'm doing, if you can see, it's getting this little gloss. It's almost like a little bit of a heavy spray, but I don't mind it, especially on the seams. I might go a little lighter on the fabric, but on these seams, I'm getting that, you can see it, that nice and heavy. It'll dry for me, and I know those seams are really protected. I'm not worried too much about the buckle areas, just the seams. Now, right now, I'm going where I can reach. And I'm going to do this all the way around. So let me get this done. And I've already done several of the panels, as you can see, as far as I can reach. The top, I'm going to do it last, because what I basically have to do is scoot this area in and have my feet almost in the tent. I'm only 5'10", and I think that pole is close to my height. It's about 5'7", 5'6", if I remember correctly. So when you're this far out, I can't reach it. So I'm going to do the rest of the seams. I'll bring you back when the seams are done, show you how I'm going to coat it, and we'll go from there. Well, that didn't take too long, and it didn't take a lot of the can. What I did was I did all the other seams. All the seams are done, as you can see. And while I was there, I went ahead and stepped into the areas there and did the top. And I went heavy on that top so I could do it just one time and didn't have to do it again. But pay a lot of attention to that peak is what I did. And the other thing, guys, is when you use this, treat this like spray paint. You don't want to be inhaling it. It almost smells exactly the same, but you don't want to be inhaling it, and you definitely don't want to have any adverse effects from it. So I sprayed it out here in a well-ventilated area. Suggest you guys do too. But you can see, even though it's running down, it's taking the sealant it well. And I'm going to show you now exactly what I did as far as spraying the material. I'm actually happy to see those little runs coming down. But this doesn't have a ball in it like spray paint does to keep the mixture up, but I do continually keep shaking it. And what I've been doing is, it's just one steady spray. I just been doing this when I was doing the rest of the seams. I don't care if I get too much. I want the material to soak it up. I actually want to envelop it. And like I said before, I ain't afraid to try it. All right, so what, this doesn't work? Well, I learned something from it. And I was able to share it with you, so you guys don't have to spend any money or time doing this. And this is all I'm doing. And right now, I still have a half a can. I've already done all the seams twice. I did the top. And now I'm on this part of doing the body. And I still have plenty left in this can. So 2 cans was definitely enough for the Gonex tent and its size. So 1 can, probably do a bivvy if you had a bivvy that needed some waterproofing. But this is all I'm going to do. I don't care about it running down. Just gives me more waterproof protection. But that's what I'm going to do for the rest of it, guys. I'm not going to have you sit here and watch me spray paint, but that's how it is now. I'll bring you back when I'm done. All right, the whole tent is done, all the panels. 1 can got me through all the seams and 4 of the panels. I'm on the other can now, finishing up, and I wanted to bring you guys back for the final seal around the Gonex seal, the Gonex emblem. So there we go. And this is basically all I've been doing. Put my finger on it and go. But it's taking me about 10 minutes. And I have visible streams, as you can see, everywhere on the tent, but it's okay. I'm happy I'm doing it out here on a beautiful windy day so it can dry. But she's done. The tent is done and she's finally treated. It went well. I have a nice breeze out here, so I found myself not having to smell as much as I'm sure it would be if there was no wind. But I still, out of habit, held my breath a couple times. Everything went good. I unzipped it a little bit. It is saturated through the material. That's good. Now, this product I'm using on this was not meant for this. It's meant for smaller objects or maybe seams, and in the past, I'll talk about it on the other video of that product. That's what I've used it for. It was not recommended, I'm sure, for a tent like this, but I don't see it not working. We'll see. You know, I don't care. I bought 2 cans of it. We'll see how well it does. But she's saturated. I wasn't clean. I was a little messy. I don't care. 2 cans did it. I still have a half a can left, which I'll save. And I usually use that on other stuff. The Gonex is treated. Now I'm just waiting for a storm to come or rain or anything like that. I'm gonna let this bad boy dry. I do have another video to film on a Teepee product, so I can't wait to see it. But I'm gonna let this dry as long as I can. It's doing pretty good as it is with that breeze that's blowing. If you're able to do this at home or in your yard, put that bad boy up and let it sit for a day. Just let it dry, let it permeate that tent. And if you have another way of doing it, guys, please put it down in the comments. I wanna hear it, I wanna share it. If I like it, I'll do it on something else and share it around too. And I'll even give, whoever gives me that tip and I end up using it, I'm gonna give you acknowledgement in the video, trust me. So, as always guys, thanks for watching me have some fun. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Videos are coming, fall's here. I'm out.